and I'm sure he wants to add this to his collection, but it's a limited edition of 50, and they're giving 10 away on their Weibo account. I want that sword now. It looks so cool with it. It doesn't come with that sword. But...
I have it pre-ordered. I'm not sure why I have it pre-ordered. Starscream looks like Megatron just punched him in the face and he lost some electron teeth or something like that. I don't know what you would call it. So this I'll get right after we celebrate Halloween together in Orlando and you're in the Megatron suit.
Welcome back, BBC fans. We're back with another round of news. As always, I'm James the Con.
And I'm Bobby the Bot.
And we are Bot versus Con, and we wanted to take a shout out to all of you guys out there, all of you subscribers, and even if you just watched us, we really appreciate it. We love seeing all the comments, and we're trying to get to 500, so we hope you'll join us on this journey.
Yes, thank you very much. Appreciate the feedback. It's really good talking to you guys.
Yeah. So, with all that gushy stuff out of the way, let's get into the news. And first, we've got Target's Fall Geek Out. So on September 15th is going to be the Transformers / Hasbro focused day. So come back to see what exclusives it will be. I'm assuming it's going to be a buzzworthy Bumblebee thing. And I think you're going to be happy with it, because I wouldn't doubt it if it's not the Origins Wheeljack. It might be too soon for that. It might be like, you know, Optimus Prime from Rise of the Beasts 2.0. But you never know.
You really know how to mess up a dream here, you know.
I'm very good at that. Just ask my wife.
I'm actually looking forward to the Fall Geek Out. I can't believe I'm geeking out over a Target. Oh, man.
Without any pictures of what's actually going to be shown. So sometimes they have some really cool stuff, but honestly, I think Walmart has it a lot better because they do like a whole line of figures, and I think that gets people more excited than the one-off figure.
I totally agree, and I think that's been one of the issues also is that sometimes you can't get the figure, you know, from Walmart in particular.
Yeah.
You know, they show all this great stuff and you can never find it in store. It's sold out.
I have not seen one Toxitron collection figure in store since they came out. I know you've been seeing them. I have not seen one. I still need Dead End and Sideswipe.
Sideswipe, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he has a son on him. So
that's why I keep calling for him.
But so I do need those two. Thankfully, you were able to get me the rest. But if I don't find that G2 Dead End, I'm not getting the rest of them in the store. I refuse to pay scalper prices.
Yeah, I've been looking. I went to Walmart and found one of each. And when I tell you I snatched those things up so fast, but I've been looking for you. So I'll continue to do that. I'm actually going to make a run tomorrow. So I'll let you know what I find.
My fingers are crossed, and even my toes too. So there's no leaks. We went over that on a previous episode. All of those leaks. Thank you for all that watched it. If you haven't, go see it. There's some really cool stuff coming out, or supposedly coming out. But in the meantime, let's get into what has been just announced. And the first thing is for you, 100%. It's not a figure. It doesn't transform. But I think you want these posters.
Oh.
So they're limited to 200. Oh, well, excuse me. The original UK quad art, which I think is that big long one, is limited to 200. It's 24 by 36. It'll be approximately $55. The other one is the Japanese key art. That one, it will be limited to 2,000. It's 16.5 by 23.5 inches, and it will be approximately $40. So these are both from the UK site. They go on sale on August 24th, 2023, so very soon, at 6 p.m. BST, 1 p.m. I'm assuming that's EST.
Yeah, Eastern Standard.
So, yeah. So
I'm checking.
He's putting an alarm in his phone right now to buy these.
Yeah, I really like the Japanese one.
Yes.
That looks great. Yeah. Where can I put those at? I'll find
They
somewhere.
look really good. So
yeah, so Okay, let's see if I can be one of those to get it first, or at least first 200 or first 2,000. I mean,
Well, you might be able to get it. I think the 2001 you won't have an issue with. The one that's a limited edition of 200, that one will be a little harder, unless it's like Red Wing, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Next, we have these G1 Transformers costumes, and this confused me. The brand is Halloween Costumes.
I mean,
So they hit the nail on the head. So here's Bumblebee
such a unique
RC,
name.
Optimus Prime. Yeah.
There's one other out there that I've seen.
There's Starscream Megatron, and the Starscream that's kind of in a pose is the kids version. So, how much are these, do you think?
I don't know, but first, that Megatron is terrible. That's all I want to say on that.
Well, let's talk about the price first.
I'm sorry. Okay, so since this is full costume, it's not just a mask. It looks like it's. I think maybe a little over 100.
Oh no! Wow, they're $80.
$80 is actually gonna be my first guess, but
$70 for the kids' costumes. So they don't look so good, and they are nightmare fuel. These masks in particular. And Optimus's wasn't bad, but that picture of him taking it off and having a human face inside is going to be in my nightmares.
I'm sorry. I think out of these 5, I think the RC looks the best.
Definitely.
The Starscream looks good. The Bumblebee, I'm surprised that they gave him such a stoic face. I mean, like, he should be the one smiling. I mean, Starscream looks like Megatron just punched him in the face and he lost some electron teeth or something like that. I don't know what you would call them. Megatron looks horrific. I don't know.
I don't
know
it's because he has a
that.
nose, but you can't see it. It looks so bad.
That looks horrible. The Prime looks good too. So
yeah.
I actually like these. I mean, besides that Megatron,
it's so bad.
So bad.
I don't know what their reference was.
I know what it was. It was the G1 toy.
Not even that. This is worse than that.
They were like, hey, if people want the G1 toy and it didn't look like the cartoon, then let's make something that doesn't look like Megatron. So it's bad. And I love the G1 toy, don't get me wrong, but it was so bad in comparison to the cartoon. But yeah. So which one are you going to be for Halloween, James?
Honestly, if I was to pick one, I would repaint the RC and go along with that. I'd like paint it black or something. I know you'll probably be that Megatron because you definitely like scaring kids.
I'd scare myself.
Don't look in the mirror.
Yeah, it's like okay. Candyman. Yeah, no.
Megatron.
Yeah, exactly. That's bad.
Okay. All right.
Enough
of this. Let's get on to this. So this is Symbiote Studios. They're having a Catnip Bravo X Transformers. I don't know what Catnip Bravo is, but I love this. I have the Megatron by Symbiote Studios, and it's actually a really good plush. And if this wasn't going to be like $40, which I'm assuming it is, because their Megatron was $30, I would be picking this up. This is just adorable.
It is cute. I don't like cats like that, except for I like big cats. So,
yeah. How do you know? It could be a lion or a panther. Yeah, it's a lion. You just don't see the mane underneath the,
I don't see the
lion. Leo Convoy was a white lion, so
Yeah, I don't see the lion. Nope, not gonna happen. It is cute though. It is cute, but yeah, I'd save my money for something else.
I would. I like it though. Okay. Next, we've got an Armada Prime upgrade set. So let's go through the pictures. There's a lot of them, and then we'll discuss it. So here you can see that you change out the elbows, changes them a little bit. The little mode has better hands, so you can hold different stuff like the Matrix and stuff instead of being static hands. Here we see that he's a little bit taller, and they filled in that door on the side, which I didn't even know it had that gap. I'm glad I didn't get this figure because that would have annoyed me to no end. But that's neither here nor there. Next, we've got this. So he has different feet, and he's a little bit bigger. Now, what do you think about it?
I think this set does wonders for this figure. I think it's really cool. I always like the sets that you can transform the figure with the add-ons. You don't have to unplug them or anything like that. And these look great on this kit. So I was actually very pleased with this. I wasn't in on this Prime, but I think it does wonders for what it is.
Yeah, I agree. But I wouldn't get this if I had the Prime because it doesn't fix the two main flaws that I have with this figure, which are that giant hip skirt. They didn't do anything with that. They didn't change that out, which I think should have been the first thing they changed. And two, I hate the hands. They should have given him articulated hands. Those big yellow hands that don't move. It was fine on Jetfire because they were white. They didn't stick out. These gold hands really, really stick out on this Prime. And there's not much of a difference in robot mode.
Besides being taller.
Yeah, exactly. So they didn't change what they would have needed to get my money, but I didn't pick this figure up anyways. And I'm sure there's going to be a spark plug upgrade set as well. And then there's going to be an articulated hands upgrade set as well. And then there's going to be, all these other upgrade sets that are going to come out.
Another weapon set or something like that.
And at that point, you might as well just buy the Fans Hobby one if you're okay with the stylization.
Yeah, I was out on this when I saw it. And honestly, I did, even though I have the original, I didn't like that one. And I didn't know it until, of course, I bought it. There's at that time you didn't have a comparison. You just bought it and it was like, oh, I don't like this figure.
Yeah, no, I didn't either when I was a kid, but I liked the inner robot. I still think that is one of Prime's best designs. I think we talked about it. We can disagree, but I really like that inner robot, and that's all I wanted out of the set. And I was willing to pay, what, $80 for it? But $100 was just too much, especially with the flaws it has.
Gosh, I forgot it was that much. That shows how much I actually thought about getting this.
Yeah, wait until Magnus comes out at $120.
Watch me watch it on the shelf.
All right, let's move on to some cooler things. So Funbee Studio did this boarding chute that the Decepticons used. And this is a really, really cool little feature. It even fits the little figures that I think came with the Ark. Am I correct?
Yes.
Or was it Unicron?
Well, so some came with Unicron and some came with the Galvatron, the reissue, not reissue, I think it was Generation.
That's right, the toy version. Color, right?
It came with some that were in the grayscale.
Yeah, so this fits that, and I think it's a really cool little add-on set.
I love it. I absolutely love it. The only problem I have is where I would put it, because I actually have the Ark in one cabinet and I have Nemesis in another cabinet. So to have them sitting next to each other like this, it would have to go on a table or something like that because it's just too wide.
And you'd have to be careful because I think if you hit one of these the wrong way, it'd snap in half.
Yeah, so
you have to, or put like a metal dowel or something inside of it, because this looks fragile.
Yeah, I do want it though.
It is really cool.
I honestly, when they announced the Nemesis, this is what I was expecting them to have with it.
I don't see why they didn't. They could have had a little telescoping chute that would come out and attach to it. That would have been really cool. But yeah. I'm not gonna dig on Hasbro more than I normally do, so I'm gonna stop. And we're gonna move on to Pengu Toys Storm. So Pengu Toys is really hitting it out of the park. And here we've got the IDW, I think Cyclonus. I think it's also a KO of the Iron Factory one. Remember how they're doing the samurai type things? So I think that's what this is. They definitely just took these parts off of this figure and put it on that red lion that we saw. This is where all the weapons come from. This is where the side skirts come from. And I don't hate it. I just don't need it. Unless they do some fun repaint. That, I would be in on that. But as Cyclonus, this does not do it for me.
There we go again with the Samurai Transformers. I don't really care for it. This is too stylized as well for me. I do want to see it in color, and I'll give my final on it. I mean, I'm pretty much out on it anyway, either which way it goes. I just appreciate a good looking figure.
Yeah.
Even if I don't collect it.
I think it looks fine for what it is. And who knows if they release it in, Ferrac, which there's the white and red and orange Cyclonus, and it's like $30, that would be more tempting. Having a different color, a different character, but as Cyclonus, this doesn't work.
Yeah. So, easy for me to save some money here.
Now let's move on to some X-Transbots. They posted this mystery car. I think I know who it is, but who do you think it is?
Well, the first thing I was just like, ooh, Kit, Knight Rider. That would have been cool. And then I was thinking, are we looking at another Wind Charger or something like that? But they've already released those figures. So then I was like, Run Amok, Runabout. And that's where I kind of left off at, because I definitely don't think it's Punch Counterpunch. We've already kind of seen those, so I'm going with the what were they called? Not Throttle Bots. The Charge. What was Run Amok and Runabout called?
I don't remember the names.
I think it's one of them.
Yeah, I agree. I think it looks great, honestly. And if it is Runabout and Run Amok, I always confuse them. Get the one that's a black car, and you could just have it as Kit. I mean, you just get a second one.
I actually would have to have a Kit. I have to have, and with X-Transbots, they're good for lights and stuff like that. So they would probably put a light in the front. It probably wouldn't move side to side, but it'll probably just, light up red or something like that. And yeah, I'd be in for it.
Yeah, I think you would buy two Runabout and Runabout. I will not be getting them because, to me, again, I don't remember their names. They're some of my favorite designs, but I want the white one to have orange in them, and I want the black one to have red in the bottoms. And that's not G1 accurate, but that's what the original G1 toy had, and that's what they've had in comics and stuff. And I don't think that's going to happen. They're going to go completely tuned, and which is fine, and have a completely white and completely black, and that is very boring to my sensibilities, but I understand why some people want that.
Well, Run Amok is the white one, and Runabout.
Did you look it up?
Well, because I couldn't figure it out when I was a kid, and so Runabout, I always assumed I took the B from bout, and it was like black. So that's how
I'm never gonna forget that now.
Yeah, so that's how I always remembered. I was actually trying to think about what the colors you were talking about, because I was thinking, like, I remember Runabout having red in him, and I couldn't remember if that was from the toy or from the cartoon.
The toy.
So okay.
And maybe they'll release a toy deco, and I will put my X-Transbots wariness. No, I'll still be wary, but I would put that a little bit to the side if they did that, because they are some of my favorite designs. And if I could get them in color schemes that I would want, there's nobody else doing it, so I would be more willing to get it.
The price point on these are pretty good too. Yeah. They're under $100, I believe,
yeah, exactly.
or at $100, and I'm in for both of them, of course. I would be in. I mean, X-Transbots is good for giving us a toy version as well. They did it with Ultra Magnus, so you could be onto something. And I think a lot of people have been clamoring for these, because I think they'll be great.
I do too. Well, let's move on to another thing that I think we both think are great. We did a whole video on this, but I didn't want to put it in still here. This is Make Toys Red Swarm. It's a TF Source CAW exclusive, which is a Customer Appreciation Week. That really threw me off when I was reading that. I'm like, they've never used that acronym before. Where's the crow? But either which way, they're doing this. It looks great. Go watch our video if you didn't watch that already. Bobby took it down to 199 already, so there's only 200 out there. Excuse me, probably 199, probably less than that. But it is still available as of recording this video, so you can still go purchase one.
Yes, and the great thing about it is that you don't have to wait. I actually have tracking, so mine should be here probably by the end of the week, in which when we do another news cycle, if I have it, I will show it.
Yes, so go and watch that when it's out. Stay tuned.
Yes.
Next, we got this thing. So, as everybody knows, Bobby is a Legends collector. Bobby is also an Omega Supreme collector. Even though it is his #1 favorite figure, he only has about 7 of them. You'd think he'd have 10 or so. And I'm sure he wants to add this to his collection, but it's a limited edition of 50. And they're giving 10 away on their Weibo account. All you need to do is follow them and then post it to 4 friends. So Bobby, are you gonna go into a pit and find real gold to purchase this thing?
I do want this, and I'm not a Legends collector. I'm not an Omega Supreme collector like that. It just so happened to be that way this year. I don't know what happened. Gosh, he's like not even close to being like my top 10 favorite character. It was just that freaking Newage one came out, looked so good. Then they had these other colors and something bit me, and it was just like, yeah, I'll get that one. Yeah, I'll get that one. Oh, I never seen that color. Yeah, I'll get that one.
Oh, Pengu Toys is coming out. Get one of those while I'm at it.
Yeah, because it was cheaper, and I was just like, God, this is cool. But then they come out with this gold, and I'm like, yes, I want this. Of course I want this gold one, you know? And I'm going to be a fan of their site, and I'm going to tag you as one of the people on this, and tag a couple other people I know.
Well, I think it's on Weibo that you have to do it.
Yeah, I am. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. I just make sure that you read it and make sure US people can get it.
Well, yeah, I tried to translate all this stuff, and I was just like, yeah.
It was kind of like gibberish. I hope I got the units right, 10 and 50. But it was a hard translation. So.
Yeah, I was trying to do it on my phone, and I was just like, yeah, this. I need a 72-inch monitor to look at all this stuff that I don't understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. When I saw this, I'm like, he wants it so bad.
I do.
And it's super limited. It's a lucky draw. Pretty much. So, it looks great. I love that they did the see-through yellow on the back. It really brings this whole thing together.
I want it.
Yeah. I like it.
I do.
It'll look great with that Predaking too.
I was thinking that. I mean, and I'm not somebody who purchases gold figures either. So again, it was just.
You sure about that?
I mean, well, now, I mean, the Predaking was my first, and
I think that's the
great.
Only one.
And that's the only one, and you know, if I can get my hands on this, you know, it'll be cool. It'll be kind of good.
All right, well, let's move on from the super duper limited figures. I think this is even more limited than like Stalker from Chosen Prime, which, if you guys don't know, crashed to their site. So I think this one's going to be even harder to get just because it's not going to mass release. Let's go into some updates, and let's start off with something for you. I think you're going to be very excited for this. Again, it's not a figure, and it doesn't transform, but it's not small. That's the Robison Base.
Oh, man.
I think that you're going to be buying this, but you're not going to want it. Am I correct?
Honestly, I'm so far up the fence on this one. I don't know what the price is going to be. I have a feeling they're going to be tripping with this price tag, and I can't do it. If it's like $200 or something like that, I'm going to want to smack Robison. But yeah, I don't know what the price is going to be, and that worries me. I'm not spending $200 on this. I don't even think I'll spend $100 on it, honestly.
Oh wow. Okay, I thought you'd want to complete the set.
I do, but not that much. I mean, right now, my Prime is in meditating position on my short shelf, and he's good there. He's very good there.
Well, we're gonna let him meditate on you not buying the accessory for him, and let's move on to this Prime, which is the Fansbook 2023 exclusive, and I don't hate it. I gotta say, that truck mode though leaves a lot to be desired. They should have at least painted the grill. They obviously focused on robot mode, and I guess it's a running theme. I didn't know this because there's this other. It was originally the Legends Prime that's really tiny, and it's in the same colors. And I like that one so much better. That red they used is so much more vibrant than the new one.
I am. Well, the bigger one looks like a double-decker bus, and to me, so like we're in London or something like that, and so I don't like that. And the shorter one, it's fine.
Well, the shorter one's an old one. That's not. Yeah.
Well, but the shorter one to me looks better than the new one.
Me too.
It looks more like a Prime truck, and
it looks like an exclusive. The lack of paint makes it look like an exclusive. But if this was wide released, I would honestly think about getting it because it was unique with the see-through colors and all that stuff. But I'm not going to go into that.
I mean, if we make that trip, across the world,
that would be another story. Another story. But I think you're going to be buying this next one in stores because you're going to really like it. I know you loved the movie, and we've got Jazz. Now, what do you think of Jazz?
Well, right now that alt mode doesn't look like it's pegged in or all together, so that's very disappointing. I like the wheels on there, and we can go on to the next screen.
Yes. First of all, I think it's funny that you didn't say anything when I said Jazz. That alt mode looks horrible with all those panel lines, and I don't like the wheels because they didn't even paint the rims.
Well, that's okay because I have friends, and black wheels are okay.
Okay, all right. Well, then I will take that back, and I'll say that that's what it is.
Yeah.
I did want to talk about those clear forearms, though. That shows this picture because if you look, the forearm is clear. I guess they're trying to make it look like he's phasing. Why? The rest of the figure doesn't have any clear stuff on him.
I don't mind it actually. It gives it character for somebody who's not the character I like.
I guess I agree with you. I'm just like, go all in or don't.
Honestly, I think if they went all in, then I'd be probably a little bit more upset because I'm like, where does that come from? Like, at least this is perfect for you. You can use your imagination and it can be like he's charging up, and so it's.
You're right, but this is a studio series figure. You shouldn't have to use your imagination. It should be what's on the screen.
Well, I mean, there's a whole bunch of things that were on the screen that we didn't get.
Did you have to use your imagination?
Yes. So I'm not. So I actually like the clear.
Okay. All right. Honestly. Well, we'll agree to disagree.
I found something.
I think this figure is way too chunky for this mold. But let's move on.
He is very chunky.
To another chunky boy, but this is appropriately chunky. This thing looks really cool. The proportions are so cool. I really like it. I always wanted this toy as a kid. I like you could change the shoulder things. It's really tempting in this color scheme. I don't have a pre-order. I probably won't get it because what am I going to do, Bobby?
Wait for the repaint.
There you go. But this looks really, really nice.
I have it pre-ordered. I'm not sure why I have it pre-ordered. I am sure why I have a pre-order. The reason I say that is because they'll probably come out with a repaint, and that would go better with the version I have, I think. And so,
well, some of the Power Links colors were crazy and didn't go together.
Yeah, that's true too. So it's I have it pre-ordered. Let's just say that, and I'll probably keep it. I do not have the Jetfire pre-ordered. I did not like that character either. So we'll see. We'll see if I keep it.
And I just want to say I am very curious to see if the Chosen Prime is going to be doing anything with this in the future for an exclusive, because they're very creative over there. The creative team behind it, I may have talked to him a few times, and it's he's very creative when he does this, and I want to see who he could turn this into. I have no idea. This is a very weird mold, but I want to see it.
Yeah, that would. Wow, I didn't even think about that. That would. I don't know. I can't even think of another character that.
I don't either, but I think that makes it even more interesting. I was not expecting a Delta Magnus out of that power base, so I'm curious to see.
Yeah. They do some unique and crazy things over there, and I love them. So, God, James, now you're making me think I'm gonna have to get another one of these figures if they do it. Let's go.
Yeah,
let's move.
You probably will. Let's get into what's incoming. So this, I think it's finally coming out. I don't think it came out yet. I know you really like this. You are a Legends collector. Will you be picking up this Hot Rod? And then Hot Rod's your favorite G1 character, I think, as well, too, right?
Honestly, he's like my favorite alt mode.
Oh, okay. Take it, because I know you hate him because of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I was just like, if I saw Hot Rod at 8 years old walking down the street, I would have tore his toes up. I would have beat his toes up. You know, that's probably all I could reach at 8 years old if it was real. So, oh yeah, ding 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 ding. I would have been beating the crap out of his toes. But I thought, watching the movie when they were sliding down the mountain, and he turned into when Daniel was on the hoverboard and he hit the rock and fell, and he caught him and transformed. Oh, I was like, I can't wait till 2005 for the cars to look like this.
I wish.
Now we're almost at 2025 and the cars don't look like this yet. So, but yeah, if I were to start going into the Legends figures, I would pick both of these up probably. I don't even know what the price point is, but I think these look really good.
It's one figure.
Oh, I'm sorry. That is true.
It's just with and without the trailer.
Yes. It was like a metallic, and then there was like another color or something.
Clear. I think it was clear.
Okay, so yeah, I would pick this up, and I do like it.
It does look nice, but let's get into some reissues now, and that's going to be the rest of the incoming things. Let's keep it with Rodimus Prime. Carrie is back up for pre-order, and he's coming in soon, so go ahead and get him. I have Terror. I absolutely love it. I think you have Carrie. What are your thoughts on it?
So yeah, I have the metallic version that they released earlier this year. So I didn't see. Is this the regular?
I think it's the regular version.
And I couldn't tell the difference, so now I'm gonna have to pull my, because I got the re-release of the metallic version. DX9 is coming back out with a lot of re-releases. I wonder if they're trying to get some money to come out with something else.
Yep, exactly. I think so. And they're also releasing another Hot Rod, which I think is your favorite Hot Rod. It is very movie accurate. I know you probably already have this on pre-order. When are you going to be getting it?
So this I'll get right after we celebrate Halloween together in Orlando, and you're in the Megatron suit, Megatron Halloween costume that you paid for and bought down to Orlando to wear at TFCon. Then I will be ordering this.
Okay, well, that was a very good one. Unlike the last one where I only had to buy like $50 worth of product, this looks good for what it is. They did a really good job, and I know you probably really like that car mode, even if it's not an ignorant color like you say.
Oh, God. Yes, I love Lamborghinis. So all day, every day. And the orange makes it ignorant just enough, you know. So yeah, I mean, it does look great from the movie. I remember that scene because I just watched the movie again recently. So I do remember him and the girl, I can't remember her name, in the car, and I was just like, ooh, I love this car. So the bot mode, but that alt mode all day.
Yeah, I also really dislike his head. But from one movie figure that you want to a movie figure that I would actually pick up, Unique Toys is showing off Peru Kill, and Lockdown's one of my favorites, and I think this was one of the better movie designs. To be honest with you, I thought it was really cool. Had a really cool alt mode. I like that he has a hook for a hand still. I like that big old gun face thing. This is probably one of the highlights for the whole Transformers live action movies. And yeah, I probably won't get this, but I do really like it.
I too will probably not get this, but it's because I really don't like it. So no, it's okay. It doesn't move me. The alt mode doesn't look as crisp as the previous one, for instance. So
well, this one also came out like 2 years before it.
I mean, potato. I don't care.
I think it's also like half the price.
That I care about. So, but yeah, so it wouldn't be something I would pick up if it was. I'll use one of yours. If it's like $30, yeah, I'll go ahead and get it.
They do have a KO that's very cheap.
Yeah, but
Yeah, no, I mean, and like I said, when I was watching the movies, Lockdown's one of my favorite Decepticons, so it was really cool to see him in the movies, especially when I didn't think we'd ever see him. But spoiler alert, I didn't like that he died. I thought he could have had staying power, and that's a problem with those Transformers movies. They always kill off the bad guy, and there's never any like continuation after Megatron. I think that's stupid, but I wouldn't mind picking this up.
Ask Jazz what happened to him.
Exactly, like they're killing off main characters, and not bringing them back. So let's move on to what is recently. Oh, excuse me, I forgot one. That's how forgettable this is. We've got DX9's Optimal Optimus upgrade set, and again, it's another re-release. Do you have this figure, and when are you going to be picking up the set?
No, never.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think there are much better Optimal Optimuses out there than this one. And the upgrade set does make it look really cool. Not gonna lie, but I just don't need it. If I have this figure. I don't even have this figure. I was waiting for a Primal Prime repaint, and they never came out with the Primal Prime repaint. So I never picked it up.
Yeah, that's that's going into that Beast Wars realm. And even though I've picked up some figures recently from Transart in particular, I'm okay with this one. I didn't like this one at all. And the upgrade kit.
Yeah, the original toy that came out in the 90s, I really loved as a kid. But this, when they redid it, I was like, why does he have a mini Optimus Primal in him? And why doesn't that mini Optimus Primal turn into a gorilla? Like, it didn't make sense to me, but it makes sense to somebody. So, let's move on to this. Do you remember what this was?
This was the Legends Shattered Glass Jetfire.
Yes, well, Legends is a little pushing it. It's about 7 inches tall, which is bigger than Hasbro Voyagers. So, let's get that straight first of all. Will you be picking it up?
Probably not. Even though I do like the colors, I really like the colors. But I don't need it. I don't. In masterpiece size, I'd be in, but I don't need it.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's already on its way to me.
Oh.
I don't. I thought you were gonna remember that I told you I was gonna be picking this up, and I'm gonna be like, see, I actually buy what I say I did. But what even made it sweeter, it was only like $20, and I paid it completely with Show Z points. So that was very nice to get a free figure.
So yeah, we're not gonna talk about Show Z points here. I was
very happy. You don't have to rain on my parade, Bobby.
No, I mean, I think it's great when you can get free figures. You know, believe me, I take advantage of all the points I can. So, and that's from any of these resellers or Transformers that give points away. I love it. It keeps me coming back. So, more should do it.
And 7 inches is not Legend size because that's Voyager size. So I'm still gonna say I'm not a Legends collector. This is not gonna be Jetfire in my collection. He's gonna have his own name and his own personality. And honestly, I did get this because I always wanted the original colors of this mold. They came out in like 2005 on the classics version of Jetfire. Don't quote me on that date. And I was never able to get it, and that's the same size as this. So this is my apology to my past self for never picking that up. So
I can't wait to see it. I'll be happy to see what it is, and who knows, maybe you'll talk me into picking it up or something like that. Probably not, but who knows.
All I can say is this was about $22, $21 with my pre-order, and I would rather pay that than $35 that Hasbro is doing. This looks like it has more paint and more interesting transformation and stuff. I get it's a knockoff, but yeah, I'm having a hard time justifying that Voyager price point.
Yeah, I did buy the Shattered Glass. I have to remember where I put it at.
The Shattered Glass Jetfire?
Yeah.
I have that thing too. That's a great figure.
Yeah.
Lastly, we have Haiku. This is, again, getting a re-release. Will you be picking this up?
Nope.
Bobby, you love that helicopter mode. We talked about it with the other ones. So
that helicopter, it's god awful.
They had to show it from the back because it's the worst mode.
It is horrible. And honestly, this is probably my least favorite color out of the three.
Objectively, yes. Yeah.
I think this, the black and red definitely looks the best to me. But this blue one, I don't know, it's like, it looks cheap in the alt mode. I don't know why. It just looks cheap. I don't like the samurai look, and the helicopter is bleh. It's actually worse than bleh. So it's definitely like an afterthought. It literally looks like somebody got mad at the figure and balled it up and threw it against the wall, and that's how it ended up. And they said, "Ooh, helicopter." So like, if I were to pick these up, it would be the black one first. Then actually, I don't know. It'd be a toss-up between the black and the yellow one first. This would definitely be last.
Yeah. Like you said, the black one is definitely heads and tails above this. And then I do think is the bludgeon color scheme. As if it wasn't bludgeon, I would like it more, but I don't like it as bludgeon because it makes no sense. And then this one is, like you said, it's okay, but it's very movie accurate. But I don't think either of us care about that.
Yeah. No.
Well, let's get into what is recently released. The first thing is in the UK, which is surprising. They found Antagony and Shadow Striker, 2 Decepticon fembots. One I'm super excited for, and one looks like she has hot dogs on her chest. I think we don't need to talk about these too much, except for Antagony. And she looks really good. There's some more pictures, in-hand images, and this looks so cool. I cannot wait. It's like Beast Wars gear, because I've got the Pack Rat, the RC, the Ravage coming out. Hopefully, I'm gonna get that silver Tarantulas as well. And now we got Antagony, even though it is Hasbro, but I'll still take it. And then here it is with an alternate head. And these pictures come from Farblechar on Twitter, and he did a really good job selling this figure. I want that sword now. It looks so cool with it. It doesn't come with that sword, but I gotta hunt that down, because this right here is what I'm talking about, why I like Transformers, and I actually like the alternate head. So I'm picking up 3 of them, so one of them will have the alternate head.
Wow.
I didn't choose the number. I'm gonna be honest with you. I asked my wife how many to order, and she said 3, because she saw it, how much the original one was going for at TFCon, and she's like, no, I like that figure. Let's get multiple of them. So.
Well, go ahead, Mrs. Khan. I love your wife. I actually like the alternative head as well. Since I've met you, you've been talking about Antagony. So
well, because we saw it at the first TFCon, and it was for like $1,500. This, I don't know if you know it, but this head is Scavenger's head from Beast Wars. It's a completely different figure, still turns into an amp, but completely different color scheme, and I'm still confused at why it came with this. But it looks nice.
It doesn't look like a Transformer character. It looks like a villain from like a Disney movie or something like that. So that's all I'm looking at it as. And so I just know how much you love the Inferno figure when that came out, and I actually caught it on sale, so I picked it up recently. Actually just took it out the box too. So I am in on this for this character as well. I'm only buying one, and I will probably have this head on it.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. It looks really good. So.
And I do like the sword as well. That sword is really dope.
Especially with this figure, it really goes well. And with that head, it kind of looks like a knight with the horns. I don't know. Maybe I've been playing too much Elden Ring.
It looks like a Disney figure. It looks like a Disney villain with the sword and everything. Yeah. So.
Next up, this isn't technically Transformers, but we've seen it at TFCon, so I wanted to talk about that it's released. This is the Astrobots Vulcan. It's a pretty cool robot toy. Doesn't transform, obviously, but I thought it was worth putting out there because I think Casey Stark is the one, or Sark, I don't know how to say his last name, was the one that designed these figures. I could be wrong, but it was somebody that used to design third-party Transformers. So I just wanted to put it out there. It looks really cool. It reminds me of a lot of the original third-party figures.
Are you picking it up?
Oh, no. There's other ones that we've talked about at the third-party panel that look nicer, that I would be tempted with. I don't remember their names, but it was like...
The one with the rings. The 2 rings.
No, yeah, there's that one, and then there was like a demon one. Like
oh, yeah.
Or something that looked cool. And then there was one that turned into an owl. Like it crouched and with like the wings came out, which also looked cool. But as far as this one, I mean, even if I collected this line, I'd probably skip this. I don't think this character is very intriguing.
Yeah, I'll pass him too. I like the Omega Supreme hand. Not because I'm an Omega Supreme collector or nothing like that, but that's what I thought about.
Well, you're an Omega Supreme collector.
I collected Omega Supremes this year. It just so happens that a lot of them came out. That's all. Gosh.
And then this guy has 4 arms, and let's go on to another 4-armed figure. And that is Helix or Alcade by Iron Factory. This is the Tarn color. So this is coming out. They all combine into a big Tarn. So you have 5 Decepticon Justice Divisions that combine into a big Tarn. So they made them all in Tarn colors. It looks good for what it is. I don't understand it. That alt mode is worse than that double dealer from Mastermind Creations that you really didn't like because you couldn't tell what it is. This one looks like a box with wheels. I don't get it, but I'm happy for everybody that wants this. If there's a lot of people that want this figure.
This looks like I laid down on a skateboard.
And yeah.
Yeah, this is an easy pass for me. I don't even think we need to go into detail on this. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. So.
Not a fan.
All right. Well, that's everything we have for you. Please let us know what you think below.
Yes. And again, we really appreciate all the subscribers that we've picked up over the last several shows. Really, really appreciate it. Looking forward to this countdown to TFCon as well as Customer Appreciation Week at TF Source. Let us know if you've picked up anything, if you're in for any of the limited edition figures that we talked about or those posters. I look forward to talking with you in the comments. As always, till all debates are won. See you next time.
See you soon, guys.